Penn State Astronomy and Astrophysics has a little something for everybody. We've got a lot of different faculty here doing a whole lot of different research programs. We have space satellite development programs. We have ground-based observatory development. We have data analysis. We have gravity waves and multi-wavelength campaigns. We have cosmology. We have, you name it, we've got it here. And so it's an opportunity for a lot of different people with a lot of different interests. In particular, in my lab, I've got some space flight development of instrumentation. That's not something that you find at a lot of universities. That's a pretty special piece of training that a graduate student can have here. So I study a combination of X-ray astrophysics and gamma ray astrophysics applied to transient objects such as gamma ray bursts, active galactic nuclei, X-ray binaries that have shock acceleration going on in their system. And then all of that is coupled with the fact that I develop instruments for those exact studies. So a big part of what I do is I spend my days developing the latest detectors that'll go on satellites that will be capable of studying those objects. And so we're working on cutting-edge detectors, cutting-edge optics, pieces of instrumentation that will hopefully fly on the next X-ray versions of James Webb Space Telescope, that we call that Observatory Lynx. And that observatory will hopefully be endorsed by the next decadal panel, and when it is, we'll be ready to put our instruments on it and launch it in the 2030s. And I study how those instruments will get built. Well, that would be a combination of the fact that we have so many different opportunities here, different people we can talk to at any given time about a topic that might not be my exact research topic, combined with the facilities and the ability to have lab space, for instance, to do detector development and at the same time walk down the hall and talk to an expert on active galactic nuclei. We have a little bit of everything here, and that is what makes it a strong department. My laboratory at Penn State, a graduate student who comes to my laboratory at Penn State would have opportunities that you really don't get at a lot of other places. So we have for instance, there's a CubeSat right now that we just started working on that's going to be launched in around 2024. That's rare. There's only one of those in astrophysics awarded in the entire country every year. And it gives a graduate student the opportunity to touch hands-on instrumentation, to not that it goes into some clean room and some engineers somewhere else touch it, but the graduate student gets to work on this instrumentation hands-on, working on the most cutting-edge detectors that are out there for X-ray astrophysics right now, in competition with some other really cutting-edge detectors, and calibrate those detectors, help design that CubeSat, and then see that through to launch. See that CubeSat launch, and then have a year of operations and data analysis, and then be able to do gamma ray astrophysics and X-ray astrophysics on gamma ray bursts, I should say, with those same detectors that they had their hands on that are now up in space. That's a rare opportunity. Not too many people get that. And in doing so, a graduate student gains rare instrumentation experience, space flight instrumentation experience, which is highly sought after by other universities, as well for jobs after grad school, as well as by industry. And that's just one piece of it. There are 5 other programs going on in my lab in addition to that CubeSat development, that a graduate student has an opportunity to work on many different things, and they can choose what they want to do, and they can define their program, or they can jump into one of these cutting-edge spaceflight programs. They can work on the instrumentation, or they could concentrate on the data analysis, gamma rays, X-rays, multi-wavelength, multi-messenger astrophysics. They could concentrate on that, or they can concentrate on building experiments that will enable those studies.